in Dharma countries where there are sponsors for the Dharma teachers, they sponsor the whole life, and they sponsor it to the Lama's future lives. Like Rinpoche's previous life sponsor is the same family sponsoring me now, and they sponsor every single life. And the family will think of ways and methods to make sure the Lama's sponsorship is taken care of, and all his needs are taken care of. The Lama doesn't need to speak. The Lama in Tibet never talks about, I need to do this, I need to raise this fund, I need to raise this fund, SMS everybody, please raise this fund, we got $300, we need another $5,000 more, oh please, we got $400 now, we have $500 now. The Lama never even heard of signing a check. Lamas don't even sign their name. The only thing they sign their name to is to a tanka, to bless it and give it to you. They don't sign their name to checkbooks. They don't sign. To a tanka. But here, Lamas got to sign everything. They got to sign life insurance in case one of their students kill them. They got to sign health insurance in case they overtalk and they die during a Dharma talk. They got to sign their immigration forms, their passport forms, their PR forms. They got to sign everything so they get kicked out. They got to sign their own checkbooks. They give it to one of the students. They might be a highway robber. They run away with the Lama's money. So Lama's begging on the streets on Bukit Bintang with a bowl again. The Lama's got to sign everything here. Everything. In Tibet, the sponsors took care of everything, from food, housing, and then the sponsors will encourage other sponsors and other sponsors, other sponsors, other sponsors again. The Lama doesn't have to say anything to the sponsor, nothing. Why? It's a well-known fact in the Buddhist world to sponsor a Lama, and especially a teaching Lama, is very meritorious, because the best Dharma action we can do is giving and receiving teachings. That is the most supreme Dharma action. Besides, of course, developing bodhicitta, that's internal. Giving and receiving Dharma teachings is the biggest and most virtuous act we can be involved with. Whether it's sweeping the room for the Dharma teaching, preparing, or sponsoring, or taking care of, it is the best Dharma action we can do. Why? That's what brings Dharma to other people. Very logical. So in Tibet, sponsors get other sponsors. They call their friends, hey, you sponsor my Lama, you don't sponsor my Lama, I'm not your friend, you know. My Lama is the best. They talk, they sponsor. Here, the Lamas, please sponsor me, please. I'm a refugee. I lost my country. I'm renting a small little shop lot in SS2 and I'm getting robbed every day by the Bangladeshis. Please. And I'm so tired of walking from SS2 to Shah Alam, Cheras. Is that where you live? Yeah, in the stadium outside in a tent. Help. And then the sponsors drop a little money with them. And it's very hard because they have big rings. They're like, oh, thank you. Thank you so much for sponsoring me. And the Lama has one precious item, maybe the most precious statue that they had for 10 incarnations. They don't have anything else. And the sponsor says, what a nice statue. Here. And then the sponsor goes, is that all? That's all I get? What can you do? And you got to make the sponsors happy. You got to entertain them. You got to tell them they're beautiful, although they're not. You got to tell them they're handsome, although they're grotesque. You got to say they're wonderful Dharma practitioners. And sometimes you got to lie and tell them they were Dharma practitioners in their previous lives. I haven't done that. I was thinking about it for a few sponsors I met in the past, but I dare not. I haven't become that desperate. No, I haven't lied about that ever in my life. Not yet. Because these sponsors, like these stars, they say, oh, your previous life were a Dharma, you were connected. Like, oh, really? As you're signing the check, yes, thank you. And then once the Lama gets the check to open up the center to give a Dharma talk to buy his robe so he can move out of his tent out of Bukit Jalil, he goes to the bank, no foreign accounts, dearie. You're like, oh no, how can I cash that check? How? This is what Tibetan Lamas go through in another country to teach the Dharma and tell you about being compassionate. And then sometimes, in the past it's happened, sometimes the sponsor's not happy. Because you see, sponsorship here means the Lama does what the sponsor says. The sponsor doesn't have to do what the Lama says. So sometimes if you do something that the sponsors don't like, heaven forbid, they're very honest and direct and wonderful people. I'm not giving you any more money. Yeah, and sometimes they send you long, nasty faxes. In the past, yes, faxes, long, nasty, 3-page faxes that tell you off, tell you what a rotten Lama you are, how spoiled you are. And if other sponsors want to come and sponsor you, they make sure they go away because, it's not a control factor. They're afraid you become spoiled. Can you imagine, dear Guru, dear great Master Guru Rinpoche, oh great Rinpoche, my Guru, give me the Dharma, you're an enlightened being, you're Yamataka, give me the Yamataka initiation, go away, I don't want you to spoil my Lama. That's what they do in the past. I've had sponsors before, when other sponsors come, they chase them away. They say, I don't want you to spoil Rinpoche. Spoil Rinpoche? Rinpoche spoil, does that match? Rinpoche spoil. Does that match? No. But they'll say that. And I've encountered that. They'll threaten you. They'll tell you off. They'll take things away. They'll cancel your permits. They'll physically threaten you. They'll run around to other Dharma centers and say very nasty things about you. Why? Because if they're not happy with you, to prove their point, they don't want anybody else to come to you and talk to you and be near you or be with you. Why? Then it will prove them wrong. And they don't want to be proven wrong because they're not there for Dharma anyways. That's not only happened to me, it's happened to many Dharma teachers in the past. Many, I've heard. They have to put up with all this. And so therefore, they don't make their sponsor happy. They're not on the leash. I have my own little rare species of Tibetan Lama. See, it's very, very unique because it's on an endangered species list. And there's Rinpoche. Can you imagine on an animal care, WWF, an endangered species, then you put your 10 cents in. Thank you very much. Yes. So they have to make their sponsors happy. They have to make their sponsors happy. So if the sponsors are happy, they donate. If the sponsor is not happy, they see any doubt, they see anything wrong, they don't donate, they don't help, and they cut the whole ministry off. And that doesn't happen in a Buddhist mass country. Why? Because the sponsors donate, because they know they can't do as much as the Lama or spread the Dharma as much. They spent their time making the money, they have the money, so they sponsor, they help. They help with their friends, they help with their compatriots, they help with their knowledge, they help with their time. They sponsor. Sponsor isn't just money, everything they have. Why? Because they believe in the Lama. Some Tibetans go to the forest and cut wood to come back and build monasteries for the Lamas or build residences because they don't have money, but they have energy, and they do it happily. Happily. Some actually give money. Some give grains. Some give turquoise to put on statues. Some statues makers or tanka makers, they come and offer their services because they don't have money. But when Lamas go outside and try to get sponsorship to build things, it's very, very hard because there's that cultural barrier. There's that religious barrier that they don't understand the merit of sponsoring. They don't even perceive. So what do desperate, endangered species Lamas have to do? They open up Dharma stores to spread the Dharma so that people can invite Buddha, Tsongkhapa, Tara back home and and from that, hopefully, they get into the Dharma and practice the Dharma. That's how they do it. It's not easy. I've never heard of a Tibetan Lama in Tibet opening up a Dharma shop. Have you heard? Hey, Dalai Lama says, grand opening, Dalai Lama's antique curio Tibetan Buddha shop. Welcome. Have you heard of that? No, I haven't. I haven't. So it's very hard for Tibetan Lamas to get help and to convince people to help, to convince people to sponsor, to do things. There's a lot of mistrust. And the mistrust is correct because they don't have this cultural background. They don't have this background. They don't know. Chinese like to sponsor, but it's more, I do something, I get the 4D, then I come back, say thank you, and sponsor. Tibetan Lamas don't give 4Ds. They give you the 4 Noble Truths. So people, I don't want the 4 Noble Truths, I want the 4D. Can you donate? And then eventually you get the 4D. No, I want it right now or I won't donate. I'll give you the 4 Noble Truths, you can keep your 4 Noble Truths, give me the 4D. And then the debate goes back and forth. 4 Noble Truths, 4D, 4 Noble Truths, 4D. Okay, I don't have 4D, go to your temple lah. So they go to the temples, and they go seek all kinds of mystical help. In the temples, everybody comes down. They give you the number, and you disappear. They give you a little fool or whatever, and you go back to the Lama, and the Lama says, be compassionate, be kind. They're like, yeah, boring. They don't want. Why? Everybody wants the easy way out. So Tibetan Lamas have that. Lamas or teachers have that incredible challenge when they go to non-mass Buddhist areas. Very big challenge. Sponsorship and getting sponsorship and maintaining sponsorship is one of the biggest fears and challenges of teaching. And that's a second factor that I didn't want to go out of the monastery and teach because raising funds is scary the amount of convincing. You're basically a car salesman. You're convincing them about how wonderful Dharma is. And if once you convince them and they remain that way, it's very good, but their mind goes up and down. Why does it go up and down? Because their culture and their background and their surroundings doesn't support it. That's why. They're not bad. Sponsors are not bad. When they lose confidence or faith or they feel down or feel depressed, they're not bad. Why are they not bad? They don't have the culture, the whole lifetime to support them. They don't have the friends and people who are doing it to see it as an example. They're alone. They're like a person on the ocean going this way, they don't know. They just believe. So a few sponsors who come out of the woodworks and actually help with no mind games, they're exceptional. They do have connection to the Lama from previous lives. Or with all these obstacles, they will not sponsor. They will not do it. No way. Nothing supports them to give money or help to the Lamas. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing in their lives would even give them a hint, help a Tibetan Lama. Nothing. And when they do, when some people help by secretarial work, when some people help by cleaning, when some people come help by designing or working or cleaning or being involved or volunteering or sponsoring money, all that is sponsorship. They must have a very strong link to the teachings or the Lama or the tradition from their previous lives. Where else could it have come from? Where else? It must be from previous lives. So I don't have psychic powers, but I can pretty much go 2 and 2 is 4. Yes, 2 and 2 is 4. That makes sense. Otherwise, why? With all these, we have more obstacles for us to do Dharma than there is encouragement for every single person in this room, myself included. There are more obstacles to learn Dharma than there is to not learn. More. So why? There must be some kind of strong prior connection. Think about it. Think about it. It makes more sense. I'm giving you logic. I'm giving you information to think. Some of the things I say for Dharma centers is sensitive. But as I said in the beginning, I don't mean it to be sensitive. I don't mean it to be a put down or to hurt people or to criticize or to say this culture is good, this culture is not good, or to make definition, this is Buddhist, this is not Buddhist. No. I'm simply explaining the phenomenon of Dharma centers and its difficulties and what it goes through. So if we understand that both ways, it's much easier. Much, much easier. That's why if we can't help financially, if we can't help emotionally, if we can't even help physically, at least we can attend the Dharma talk. At least we can attend the Dharma chanting, Miksama. At least we can attend our committed talk. If we have commitment, we have attend talk. At least we can offer that. Even that cannot offer, then what's your Dharma practice? Oh, I'm doing it at home. I don't believe it. If you can do it at home, what's the big deal if you take 15 minutes out of your life, drive over to the center, do it at the center, and drive back 15 minutes? What's the difference if you're really doing it at home? Why? Because we need to nurture our Dharma center. We don't nurture it from home. We all stay at home and send our cosmic energy to the center. So we all stay at home and send our cosmic energy. So why raise funds? Why get together? Why have a Dharma center? Then your teacher goes back India, hangs out in Gandhi, and sends you cosmic teachings too. And you get your cosmic teachings, and you get your cosmic blessings. So we all do it at home. We don't need a Dharma center. We don't need to make Dharma grow. In fact, the Buddha didn't even have to come to earth. He can stay in Tushita to you. Think. Why did Lama Tsongkhapa appear and take a body and suffer and get old and get sick like the rest of us? Why did Buddha take a body and go through all that we went through? Why does His Holiness the Dalai Lama Trijang Rinpoche take a body and run around the world teaching nonstop? Why? If they can just us and we can back. So what's the point if we stay at home? I'll do it my practice at home. I don't need to go to the center because I'm surviving, and I'll do it at home, and then I'll join you in my spirit. You just tell them muang. But of course you have to explain what muang means. What's the purpose of a center? And then if you have a center, you have a proper tradition, you have a proper lineage, you have a proper teacher, everything's proper. And then a teacher teaches you ABC, and you say, well, I don't want to do ABC, I've been doing DEF. Well, then go and do DEF, dearie. What's the point? What's all this ridiculousness? I mean, think about it. I'm not criticizing. This is what we go through. I did that with my teacher. I go up and ask him, excuse me. He'd be like, when I was a kid, can I ask you a stupid question? I asked him one time, if I visualize myself as Vajrayogini, since what we visualize ourselves is what we will become. If I visualize myself as Vajrayogini, will my next life be a woman, or in this life will I grow breasts? I asked him that. I asked Geshe Tudum Gelton that because I don't want to grow. I love women, but I don't want to grow breasts. Okay, I really don't want breasts. You know, I don't even want man boobs. Like Justin's got man boobs, I don't want. He's happy with his man boobs. I'm not happy with getting man boobs. I don't want man boobs, thanks. I have nothing against women. I'd rather be a man. Why? Because I'm a coward. I don't want to have babies. That's the truth. I don't want to have babies. I'm a big coward. So in my next life, I don't want to be a woman because I don't want to have babies. I don't want to have some big, scary guy on top of me, boo, 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 and then 9 months, I don't want that. I don't enjoy it. I don't find it interesting. Imagine Andy on top. Oh, no, thank you. No. No offense. No offense. And that's the small thing. We can just sit there and pretend. A lot of people do just, oh, yeah, you're great, wonderful. Finish, thank you, good night. But the baby part's what I don't like. I don't want to have babies. That's why I always say women are very compassionate, and I mean it, because I'm a big coward. To think about the big baby in here and then coming out, oh, I can't take it. Even taking a poop in the morning, I get scared. Oh, no, a biggie. Women are brave. That's why in Buddhism, women are praised. That's why the highest yoga tantric deities manifest as a woman. Because women are special and brave. And they're called dakinis. And they're respected very much. But I don't want to be. So I asked my teacher that, will I grow breasts? Geshe was washing dishes. I was standing there watching him. I should have been washing dishes, but he was washing. I was watching him. He was washing the bowl for the cat. We have a cat there named Gochin. Gochin means big head. The cat had a big head. He was washing that, and he was preparing food for the cat. So I asked him that, will I grow breasts in my next life? Will I be a woman? He didn't roll his eyes because Tibetans don't roll his eyes, but I'm sure he would have if he could. He looked at me and said, you're very stupid. I went, oh. He did. I went, oh. I was shocked. How can a man in Shangri-La call me stupid? He said, you're stupid. Vajrayogini is a Buddha. It doesn't matter what body she's in, whether it's male or female. It's not a male or female. It's a body of a Buddha. It has all the qualities of a Buddha. So when you meditate on Vajrayogini, you become a Buddha, not male or female, stupid. I was like, oh, yes, sir. Yeah, I asked him. I used to ask all kinds of silly, stupid questions like all the time. In fact, it got to a point where Geshe saw me, oh, I'm busy, I'm going to go meditate now, bye. I'm like, oh, no, he didn't do that, I'm kidding. I asked him all kinds of stupid questions, but I had that fear. I had that big fear that I grow breasts and I'll be a female. A very big fear. I mean, I know some people wouldn't mind that, but I mean, as far gone as I am, no, not this life. There are some people who say, really? Can I have Vajrayogini initiation today? Today. I know some people would love to grow breasts and be a woman. Some will love it. And some women would like to grow... Save a lot of money with surgery. Do Vajrayogini and your Dolly Parton. That's right. So, I don't want that. But I had all these kind of fears and questions too. But he cleared it up. In one, he called me stupid. He cleared up. He called me stupid, put me on alert. He cleared up the question. And I said, oh, yeah. And I had this close relationship with him where he scolds me and tells me off and screams at me. It doesn't bother me at all. Why? I know where it's coming from. I had that much as a kid. I had that much even as a foreign kid. I never grew up in my culture. I'm not familiar with all this either. It's learned. But I had that much within me to know that my guru is scolding me is not the same as the outside. Didn't bother me. Not at all. Here, if you tell anybody that they're stupid, they go, and who are you? I'm Rinpoche, so what? That's right. Everybody sits there, convince me the Dharma is good. Go ahead. They all have this look like, mm-hmm, uh-huh, yes, uh-huh, mm-hmm, yeah, mm-hmm. Yeah, They mostly come into Dharma talks like that with that kind of look. Some people sit there and go, when is Rinpoche going to sprout wings and fly? And they're asking, do you see any deities floating around him? Any lights? See any blue lights? Anything? Do you see anything? Nothing out. Maybe there's not the wrong Rinpoche. Is he a Rinpoche out? You don't know him. Or maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe we're going to the center down the street. That center give 4D out. Let's go. So many obstacles. And then the Dharma centers. The Dharma centers, they actually have these kind of obstacles. I'm making it funny. And some of it sounds a little disrespectful, but it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to help us understand. And I think all of us has understood more. The Dharma centers are unnatural. The lay people learning the Dharma is unnatural. Not bad, unnatural. So we had this double challenge from the side of the teacher, a double challenge from the side of the student, the double challenge from the side of culture. And another double challenge from the side of no support factor at all. So the people in this room are very special. Why are they special? Why are you here? With all these challenges, why are you here? Look at Big Robert. Why is he here? He should be on the golf course. He should be on the golf course, beating Tiger Woods or something. Why is Jivan here? Why is he here? He should be wearing all white, wearing garlands and hanging out and dancing in a Hindu temple. Why is Rajashraya here? Why is she out of the kitchen? She should be in the kitchen cooking. Go back home, cook. Why is Mrs. Ngao here? Why? She was just going to open up a calculator factory. Why? Why is Margaret here? Why? Why is Margaret here? Margaret should be running around up and down Bangsa looking for friends. Or actually, friends looking for her. Why is Ben here? With his great, unnaive, penetrating intelligence, his clear wisdom mind, his unblurred facial expressions. Why is he here looking at me like this? And then when we crack a joke 5 minutes later, we can see your gums. Why is he here? Oh my God. Justin should be running up and down with a spear catching whales or something in New Zealand. Why is he here? Why is this indigenous native of New Zealand here? The Bhumi of New Zealand. Why is he here? I'm telling you, where's your spear? Whales are endangered, by the way. Why? Why? Why is Susan here? Why? Susan should be in a leather bar in Los Angeles, oogling things. Drinking a Heineken. Why is she here? Why is Koki here? Koki usually, comes out of the buffet once a year. He lives in the buffet. You see, Koki makes it simple. He just lives inside a buffet and just wakes up, and then he goes to sleep. Why is he here? Why? Why is Suzanne Ng here? She should be in Dubai. She should be in China. She should be in Macau. She should be there, reciting, give me money, 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 money. Why? Why is JP here? He should be floating around in his astral body, checking out people of light. He should be already packing up and moving to Findhorn. Why is JP here? And then we got Adrian and Phoebe here. Every time I turn around, there's another gift, there's another statue, there's another $10,000 donation. They're buying another relic, they're giving another help. Why do they keep throwing money at me? Why more? Why? Why? Why do they keep... I don't even know them. The first time they offer things, I don't even know who they are. Like, they say, Phoebe and Adrian. So is that two girls or what? Who are they? And then when I saw them, look at them. I still can't tell who's who. Why are they here? Why do they keep throwing money? They're the ones that bought the first relics. Why? Like more. Why? I don't understand. Why? Why is Henry Wee here? He's opened a salon. There's more staff to be friendly with. Why is he here? Why? And then, why is Mademoiselle Keith here? That's you. Why? Why? He should be in India in a cotton field getting more material for his clothes. Why? Why is he here? Why? He should be in India picking cotton. And the incredible thing is he saves on dye. Why is he here? Can you imagine Bill Keith in India picking cotton? Oh, that's going to be, okay. I got 30,000 balls of cotton that can make one shirt. That'll last me 1 week. Another 60,000 balls of cotton for my skirt. Why? Why is he here? Why? Why is Angel here? Why? Angel looks like she got off the plane from China. Not Shanghai, my dear, from Fuzhou. She looks like one of those Barbie dolls that just came out. I'm going to another country. Gong king, guang, guang, king, gong, guang, guang. And so her style and fashion is something from, not Shanghai. You ever see her dressed up with the hair and the Barbie doll looks like... People ask, ni hao ma? It's like, no, I'm not from China, I'm from Malaysia. You're from Malasa? They think it's some district or province in China. Why? Why is Pauline here? Why? Why isn't she in Genting Highlands? Why? Why isn't she in front of the slot machine making love to it? Ding, ding, why? Why is she here? Why? Why is Joe here? Joseph Chan. Why? And if his bank account was as small as he was, we'd be in trouble. Why? Why is Joseph here? Wearing tight orange revealing shirts that is explaining to us who he is. Kick that door open. Why? Why? I'm telling you, it's time to kick that door wide open. Why? It's bursting. Every time we're trying to open it, it's like, no. With that bright orange revealing shirt that's almost transparent, where you see some of the raisins sticking out. I mean, we never see Wai Ming wearing shirts like that. I mean, look at Ben's orange shirt. It doesn't look like that. Girly Ui's wearing an orange shirt. It doesn't look like that. Why does Joseph Chan's shirt spell out to you, open the door? Why? Robert's like, can we get some Dharma now? This is Dharma, Robert. One more crack out of you. He keeps sending me moings, Dharma, please, moing, Dharma, please, moing. James, before he met the Dharma, he thought Dharma was wearing a chakra and that's it. I'm a Buddhist, I wear a chakra. That's right. Why is David Lai here? He could be near McDonald's, parked at the corner, ready to run over one of the delivery boys like he usually does. Why not? Yeah, David's run over a delivery boy from McDonald's, believe it or not, yes? He claims they run into him, but I believe he was waiting for them. So if David wasn't here, he'd be over there at Center Point McDonald's at the corner waiting. Why? Rich, fabulous, mama's boys like that don't need to work, and they need to find something to stimulate their mind. Something to excite them. A reason to purify. That's right, a reason to purify. New victim. If you didn't laugh so loud, I wouldn't have seen Bonita. Bonita. What a nice Chinese girl like you get a name like Bonita. What's Bonita? What's Bonia? Bonita. Bony. No, you're not bony. Bone. What's Bonita? What's that Spanish? Como se llama? Oh. Okay, where was I before all of you guys? Now that I take a second look at your shirt, it's screaming to go back in and close the door. Help me back in, help me back in. Imagine Joseph would run out to the store and buy a shirt like that. I would never buy and give anybody like that. Ayo. I would never buy such a ridiculous, tight, see-through, transparent shirt and give it to some self-respecting man like that. No way. Why would he go to Giant Disco and go to the store and buy a shirt like that? Oh, jeez. He must have went there on a bad day when he wasn't wearing his contact lens. That's right, when he got back from Dr. Seo's from treatment. That's right. And Girly Ui, why is she here? Why? Why is she here? Because she has an inner calling. She knows there's more to life than what she's doing, just like the rest of you. Because she knows there's more to life than what we're doing, and there's more than what meets the eye. And I want to go for it. And although this Lama is strange, this culture is strange, and although he says he doesn't want to bring any of his culture into this, inevitably, without even wanting to, inevitably part of the culture does come in. And I have my own culture. I have a life. I'm all right. I have food. I don't want people telling me I'm happy. I know I'm unhappy. I don't want people to make me meditate and think harder and concentrate and focus. Why? I've got enough challenges in life. But why am I here with this strange Lama, strange environment, strange people, whole new thought and thinking? Because something clicks inside of me very deep. Something makes sense. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here and I'm doing what I'm doing. And that's how we all feel. Why am I here? I may have initial fears about Malaysia, going to other countries, the foreigners, and teaching, and the challenge, yes. But I don't think about that anymore. I don't think, oh no, what a difficult person to teach. Oh no, I got to teach this from the beginning. I just think, well, from the years I've been here, some people have benefited. So if I keep pushing it and make myself better and practice harder and be an object for people to actually say, yes, Dharma has some results, then the Dharma will grow even more. And if I have compassion, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. If I don't have compassion, I'll run away back to the monastery and hide in my retreat and be away from everybody and tell everybody, oh, I'm in retreat. And just hide. Because I'm going against the command of my Lama. And if I believe in my Lama told me to push myself and challenge myself and do things that I would ordinarily not do. Why? Then I escape from fear, escape from ego, escape from self-cherishing mind. So if I run back to the monastery, then I'm going against my Lama. Why am I going against my Lama? Because my Lama said to do this and I don't want to do it? That's not as simple as that. It's because my Lama is giving me a method to challenge my mind, to challenge my ego. So I'm going against my Lama means the Lama who gave me this challenge and the Lama inside who I can achieve if I fulfill this challenge. So I'm running away from two Lamas. So I can't run away, can I? Because I can run away from my Lama in the monastery. When he comes to the monastery, I go somewhere else. When he's not there, I go there. There are some students who do that. When I'm around, they don't come around. When I'm not around, they come around. I can do that, but I can't run away from myself. And I may have a few people around me that believe in what I'm doing, although it's not right, but with knowledge, learning, and understanding and time, they will see through what I'm doing. They will see through my motivations. They will. So why even go that way? Why go that direction? I don't want to. That's why I don't go that direction. I'm very tempted to go another direction. I am. But you know what? People will see through it. Why will people see through it? Because I see through it myself. I see through myself. If I see through myself, everybody will see through me because everybody has the same intelligence or even better than me. I see through myself. So that's why I don't lie. That's why I don't cover. That's why I don't trick or try to extort or get things from people or try funny games or not tell the truth. I don't do things like that because I see through it. And if I see through it, other people see through it. If I don't see through it and I do it, that's a different story. And that's the truth. Why put yourself in that position where people can see through? No purpose. And you damage relationships along the way. Okay? So it's 6:10. We're going to stop here. I give you a background about Dharma centers. I gave you a background about how Dharma centers arise and why the problems arise. Now, when we start again, I will talk about actual protocol. Procedural. A, B, C, D. So that because now you have a background on it. Now you know why. Now you understand the difficulties behind it. So I'm going to talk about the actual procedure. It's very easy, more organized. How to invite lamas for teachings, how to seat, what to do, how to receive. I'm going to talk about that. And I don't think I need to talk about why anymore because I pretty much covered it just now. Pretty much. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to try to finish that. Yeah, because the rest is not that much. The rest, actually, I got 8, 9 points, but I can combine it into one. because it's all related. I just broke it down for my own organizational sake. From 12 to 18. From 12 to 18. Yep, from 12 to 18, I can pretty much combine into one. Because I gave you a lot of background previously already. Be quite easy. Don't think I can, huh? I can. I can. I can combine. Dearie, this isn't Phillips Island. Don't make sounds like some kind of little walrus. Rah, rah. Be a penguin. Quiet. Isn't that rude? What? Did you let out natural gases? No wonder Chris looks a little faint. He's in the back like... So on your way out, please get your coats, your hat, your umbrella, and your spears. Where there's no Dharma, I hope that, you know what, I think that if I ever go to New Zealand, he's going to have all his friends waiting for me. They're going to be at the airport, about 60 of these guys that look like him, but he's one of the smaller ones, believe it or not. They're really big people, huge. They're going to be 60 of them, and then, you know, they needed 60 people because it's an auspicious number. Why, I don't know. So they were missing, they only had 58, so they inducted Robert and Koki into it, so they're standing there too. So there's 2 of them there. And there's all 60 with spears going, unga, unga, get Tsem, unga, unga, get Tsem, unga, unga. Can you imagine? They'll take me out on a canoe out to the ocean. They won't spear the whale, they'll spear Rinpoche. They'll come back with Rinpoche skins for sale. Couldn't you see Koki? Koki and Robert are pretty good cartoon characters. They can fit into everything. From buffets to New Zealand. Into a lot of interesting things. It'll be quite nice, very interesting. Where there's no Dharma, let there be the Dharma. And thank God this teaching's over, so some of us can go home and sleep because we've been having a good nap through this whole teaching. I won't look at anybody sitting next to Jivan. Where there's Dharma, let it be Dharma. Where there's Dharma, let it become stronger. Where there's misunderstanding Dharma, may we take on the responsibility to spread the Dharma in ourselves and in others. May we take on the responsibility by learning, contemplating, teaching, receiving, disciplining, and keeping commitments. That is the responsibility in spreading Dharma. May we take on the responsibility to spread the Dharma to others out of great compassion, not bias, out of great compassion. May we see all beings in the same situation as us. For some, the sufferings are not obvious. For some, the sufferings are very obvious. For the non-obvious and obvious people, may we be of tremendous benefit to them. May we be a beacon for them. Oh, now it's hot. Merry Christmas to you too. This wire is cumbersome, huh? Ah, yeah, okay. Okay, now you can blow at me. Why is it earlier don't hear wind, now hear wind? Strange, huh? Why don't you play around with it till we don't hear wind, Justin? I want it blowing at me, but play around with it till we don't hear wind. Yeah. Ah, smart. Very good. Tying your hair up does have benefits. Let that be a Buddhist statement. Okay. Yeah. My sadhana book is gone, huh? I just want to let you guys know that I don't know if this is the appropriate thing to say, but let me just be me and say it. I'm having a very good time. I'm enjoying yesterday and today, and I know I will enjoy tomorrow. And it could be the superstar in me dying to get out and I'm getting attention, A. B, it could be that I'm doing what I came here to do. And see people's attendance every day is a good sign that we really want Dharma, we want to improve. So I think when I check deeper, it's B and C and a little bit of A. Some of you figure out what was A, B, C, never mind. A is the superstar in me trying to come out and trying to be recognized and be a star and be the center of attention. B is that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be sharing the Dharma with people. I will never pride myself as a guru, or I never label myself as a guru or a Dharma teacher, but I can label myself as a Dharma instructor. There's a difference, someone that instructs. And I'm happy to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm happy today, and I'm happy yesterday, and I'm in an exceptionally good mood, and exceptionally feel light mentally, and comfortable, because as I said, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I'm doing what I'm not supposed to be doing, I'm not as comfortable. If I was an enlightened being, I would be comfortable in everything, but I'm not. So when we have things organized, when we have things set up, when there's a support system, there's a center, there's a place, there's people who know what to do, there's sponsors, there's organizers, and everything done well, then it makes everything run very smooth. Then I can focus exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, which is sharing and teaching the Dharma. And I say teaching with respect, because teaching means from a teacher. I'm not being humble. I don't see myself as a Dharma teacher or a guru. I just see myself as an instructor. And when I say that I'm at the bottom of the barrel, and this is all you have, in one way I'm joking, in another way I mean it. I'm not being humble. I don't think of myself as, someone great and hiding and trying to be humble to secure or try to get your respect. I really do feel like that about myself. But whether I feel like that about myself or how you feel about me doesn't make it a very big difference at this time. What we need is Dharma. So if I have the speech and a little bit of knowledge and you have the ears and the willingness and the alertness, then it'll all gel together very, very well. Let me reiterate again. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. All the other stuff that I do or been doing or have been doing or sometimes do is peripheral. It should support this. So that's why I'm happy. That's why I'm in a good mood. And what makes me remain happy and remain in a good mood is after teachings, I see people actually put it in their minds and make an effort and from awareness, practice it and create that situation around us and within them. That keeps the happiness going. Why is that? A parent will be very happy if the child graduates from college or university. An instructor of a gym will be very happy if their protege loses weight. A wife will be very happy if the husband is successful in business, etc., etc. So why wouldn't a spiritual mentor or a spiritual instructor be very happy if the person they were instructing became spiritual? Everything else, gifts, praises, words, nice labels and names, money, all these things are very nice. Of course, when I get it, I feel happy. Of course, when I get it, I'm like, oh, wow. But it's not the kind of wow I get when I see people say they let go. Their minds have become lighter, and it's real. And not just saying that, but I see from their actions that they have become lighter. They have let go. Or some knowledge has come. Or some previous disposition they had that might have been harmful to themselves without them knowing transforms. Or they're able to share Dharma with other people that I may not be able to reach out to. There's more of you and one of me. So there may be people that I can't reach out to that you can reach out to with some of the things I've shared with you, and it benefits them and changes their lives. Then I'll be very happy. Why? That's the whole purpose I'm here. People donate to me because they want me to do this. People run around and set up things because they want me to do this. People take away from their personal time and come here and arrange this and arrange that at the cost of their personal endeavors because of this. And some people's lives have changed because of this. So, of course I'm very happy to do all this. Of course I'm very happy. What other things would make me happy? Like any normal human being, receiving praises makes me happy temporarily. Receiving gifts makes me feel I'm recognized or appreciated. Receiving monetary gifts that helps the institution or our Dharma institution to grow is fantastic. And giving donations, this is for any Lama around the world, giving donations to their institutions that they belong to, such as Ganden Holy Monastery, and helping it to survive, makes them feel like they're doing something worthwhile with their lives. In my case, it makes me feel like I am doing something worthwhile with my life. You see, I have pets. I have friends. I have a nice car. I have a nice house that I rent. I live in a nice neighborhood, and I've got great support factors. I have all that. And I am preoccupied with my house, how it looks, how it's decorated to a certain degree. I am preoccupied whether my car is clean. I am preoccupied whether my dog is healthy, and I'm very concerned about my doggy. But those are not the basis of my life. And those are not the only things that I have to share with all of you. Every day is just about those things. I would like to have something much more and wider and bigger. Yes, my dog is a sentient being, but he's not the only sentient being. And how much love and Dharma teachings and care I give towards him, he won't be able to do anything in this life more than wag his tail at me. What I can do every night is do my sadhanas, hold my commitments, and have my guru commitments very strong, and think about my guru, do my mantras and sadhanas well, and blow on him. Blow on him every single day, one day at a time, and the effects of the blowing will be dependent on my motivation and my commitment and my samaya. And bless him every day so that when he passes away in the future, he can take a good rebirth. But that's the extent of it. My house, I can decorate it, undecorated, decorate, move this, move that, move here, paint this, paint that, make this color. And my friends come and go, ooh, wow, ah, ee, ah, ooh, wow, 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 for a few minutes. And then next week, it's already old hat. It's over. The thrill, excitement's over. So for me, all those things are great. They're nice. But to me, I always see it as temporary. It's not criticism. I just see it as temporary, and that's it. Nothing more. Nothing more at all. And so therefore, doing this, I feel I'm not wasting yours and my time. And then I feel all the gifts that people have given me, and all the help and all the support that people have given me and gone in, is not wasted. Because actually people make offerings to me. What do I offer back? I offer back words. Some knowledge I've acquired over the years. That's what I offer back. Is that worth all the devotion, help, donations, care that I receive from people? No, it's not. So therefore, I support the words with SMSs, emails, different departments to educate, encouragements, scoldings, gifts. I support it with all of that. Because I feel I get quite a lot, but I don't give back enough. Whether I get more or I get less is not really the factor, but I want to have the attitude, a sincere attitude always that I get more than I give. If I have that attitude, it's a very strong driving force to do more things for other people. It's a good attitude to have. Why is it a good attitude to have? Definitely I'm one, you're many. So many have done more than the one. But only to talk nicely and eloquently in a class situation and speak and nice and be funny and jovial and all that, that's great. But I believe in after-sales service. What's after-sales service? Is to make sure you're doing your miktamas. Is to make sure you're doing your visualizations. Is to go this way and this way and this way and this way and this way, to make sure you're holding your commitments and vows that benefit you. To make sure that when you slip, by jokes, by fun, by scolding, by fears, by wrath, by peace, by any way I can to get you back onto the path. That's my job. It's called after-sales service. So in this case, it's after Dharma talk service. Some people find that to be a lot of people find that to be very comforting and caring and very nice. One or two people feel that after-sales service is pressure. One or two people feels that after sales service is focusing on them and nitpicking at them or pointing out their mistakes. But that's not my intention. Where can we go that we point out people's mistakes, say negative things to people, and tell them the truth, and tell them things that even they dare not face themselves, and hope to make friends? If my intention was to come here to make friends and get praise and get a lot of gifts, and that's my real intention, if that is my real intention, I would never scold anyone. I would never tell anyone off. If they miss their commitment, I would not say a word. I say, it's okay. Why? What's my intention? My intention is not their Dharma practice. My intention is to get something from them. And to get something from them is let them have the illusion that they're doing Dharma, although they're not. Let them think they're doing Dharma and never say anything if they are not. Never say anything. So if I'm the type of person that's here solely for the motivation of material gains and finance and self gratification, growth, and getting something for myself materially, if that was my intention, then all of you can examine carefully. I'm not shy to say these kind of things, and I'll tell you why. If I can see through myself, certainly you can see through me, and you can see through yourself. If I know my motivation and I can see through my action, I may say one thing and act this way. Sometimes what I say and do may contradict, but over a period of time, I can see through myself what I'm doing. Certainly you can see through me what I'm doing. That's why I'm very daring to say things I figure you already know. And there are some things that we don't talk about. This is Asian culture that you know and I know, we just don't talk about. It's not that there's no need to talk about it, but it's respective of the culture. But the bottom line is this is, if people are not doing their commitments, and whether they belong to another guru, but if they're in my territory, in my center, in respect to their Dharma practice, in respect to the gurus that they have that I respect, I will tell them what is right and what is wrong. That's what I call after sales service. So I will find my way to tell them. There is not one person. There is not one person in this room or in the center that have not received something personal from me, or some gift, or some memento, or something from my heart. There is not one person in this room or in the center, and many outside, that has not received something from me. Not one person. Why do I do that? After sales service. What's the after sales service? Yes, we can soothe their mind and teach their minds, but we have to realize their level. We have to realize people's mind and where they are right now. Where they are. So we slowly take care of them. We slowly nurture them. We slowly give them love and care. And sometimes love and care can be wrathful, can be fierce. And sometimes I run the risk that the people that I'm wrathful and fierce and direct with retaliate back, fight back, ignore, avoid, or dislike me. If they do that, I am very sorry about that. But if I use the fierce and wrathful method, it means that I must have used the peaceful method many times and it didn't work. So as a desperate hope, if I'm hanging off the edge of a cliff, or if you're hanging off the edge of a cliff, and I'm standing there or you're standing there, and I need help to get you off, pull you up, or you pull me up, I need to scream really loud for help. I can't say, anybody there to help me? Of course I'm going to scream very loud. So if you're breaking your commitments, you're breaking your samaya, or your practices, of course I will intervene and intercede. If I do not, don't call me a guru, don't call me a teacher or Dharma instructor. Don't even call me a human being. Don't even call me a human being. Never mind any higher titles that I do not deserve. Not even a human being. So I need to intercede. I need to talk. I need to say things. And because we're not in a Tibetan society where my word carries weight, I just say it and carries weight, because you don't have a Buddhist consciousness background. You don't come from a Buddhist culture, basically. So whatever I say, one sentence, one word, all this mystical, I sit there in the cave and I just tell you one-liners, is not going to work. You guys require tremendous explanation, tremendous cajoling, tremendous jokes, tremendous methods to make your mind get educated in Buddhist culture within a few years that took millenniums to be educated on. I'm trying to pour to you millenniums of knowledge in a few hours every day. Millennium knowledge. And what I've shared yesterday and what I've shared today is a wealth of knowledge. For the center, how to improve it, especially today, what to do. And today, earlier, I shared a wealth of knowledge on the mind, another view of the mind and memory and reincarnation connected with Lama Tsongkhapa's Guru Yoga. Today, I gave a very important talk to all of you. It came out spontaneously. And today's talk that I gave earlier should be listened to again and again and again and really become part of you. It's very, very important. I cannot tell you that everything I do is an enlightened action, but I can tell you the things that I do to many of you is premeditated, pre-motivated, pre-thought out. Why? Because you can see through me. Very simple. You can see through me. Some of you, there's going to always be one or two people who feel dissatisfied and unhappy, such as some of my teachers have told me. When you go on your teaching career, your teaching work, some will come, some will go, some will come back, some will not come back, some will stay. It's okay. Look at them with compassion and let it be. And I realized that happened to my teachers too. So I'm in a precarious situation, unlike the abbots or teachers of the monastery, where there are disciplinarian monks like Gikus, there are head household monks like Ipuang Kamzin's head monk. They are the ones that instill discipline, or they're the ones that remind us of what we're supposed to do or teach us what we're supposed to do. So the lamas, or the Rinpoches, or the teachers, or the abbots simply teach everything else and taken care of. In our situation here is completely precarious and different because I have to do everything. I have to play many roles. I have to be in front of you in robes, sweating away, trying to look like a Dharma teacher, giving Dharma teachings, remember what I've learned, go through notes, go through information, go through the scriptures, read through to make sure that what I'm giving you has a valid scriptural source. That's what I've been doing these few days. I have to stay up extra. I have to stay up extra to make sure that what I teach you has valid scriptural sources. Any of you ask me anything, I tell you where it is. And I can ask you to refer to it. How can I dare make up something? How can I have Tara appear to me and give me a teaching and say, tell them? Tara maybe appears to me and talks to me, but I can't prove it to you. Since I cannot prove it to you, either I'm faking it or you don't have the perception to see Tara. Either way, it doesn't benefit you because it's 50-50. But if I can prove it for some valid scriptural source, then it's okay. It's all right. And on top of being a Dharma teacher, I also have to be a disciplinarian. When things are not right in the center, I have to be the one that speaks up. I have to be the one that scolds, that speaks up, that cajoles, that rewards. I have to be the disciplinarian, also in the center or wherever. And that's quite a hard job because on one hand, I'm sitting in the throat, screaming compassion, talking about compassion, compassion, and then I manifest again as this watchdog barking at you all the time. Then I also have to appear as a gift giver, to go personally, get gifts, say things, and do things. Then in the past, I have to also be my own secretary, write my own letters, write my own cards, stamp, get it ready, get it sealed. The hundreds of emails, the hundreds of letters and correspondences, have to make sure it gets out. On top of that, I have to be the intermediary for the center and the monastery for whatever we need to do. Because, very simple, they don't speak English well enough, and we don't speak Tibetan. Plus, there's a difference in our thoughts. So I have to be the intermediary and spend hours on the phone arranging things. One trip to Gondin means hours and hours and days of me calling and arranging things and making sure everything's all right for you. So I have to be also the tour guide, the tour master. Then on top of that, I have to be the fundraiser. In the monastery, the abbots and stuff don't do all that. The lamas don't do all that. But I have to do that. I'm not in my traditional society. I have to also do the fundraising. I have to be the one that appeases the sponsors and appeases the people who donate and give and make sure they get something back. Why? In the beginning, that is what's necessary for people who donate. And there's a class consciousness. There's a consciousness here that, oh, if I donate something to the center, I get something back small. It's a blessing. It's very nice as a token. That's what I've been told. So also, I have to be the fundraiser to talk endlessly, tirelessly, again and again and again about money, 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 raising funds and what we need. And even go to the point that sometimes I have to take loans myself and put it under my own name, which is unheard of in Tibetan society, where the Lama, the Rinpoche, the Geshe, takes the loan, puts it under his name, and if anything happens, they come and get him. Unheard of. No abbot, no Lama, no Rinpoche in Ganden goes to the bank and gets a loan. Unheard of. So I have to do that. On top of that, I have to be your cultural instructor. So you have a Dharma instructor among your midst, and you have to know where he comes from, his background, and how to receive, get, teach, do Dharma according to a certain tradition, because we can't just make it up out of the air, so we might as well pick the tradition. And since I'm Tibetan, the most convenient tradition is Tibetan. So I have to be a cultural instructor to tell you the nuances, the differences, what everything means, from katas to prostrations, to mandala offerings, religious culture. I have to teach and explain over and over. So it's never for me on the throne. And the reason I spend hours and hours and hours talking on the throne is because I have to do all of this. And I'm not in my own culture. I'm not in my own situation where I can just talk straight to Dharma. Everything is done and understood. It's not like that. And on top of that, I have to be the mediator. Sometimes when one student and another student is not very happy, cat fights, dog fights, revenge fights, ignore fights, and all types of mind games that students have with each other that they do in their normal lives that even in spiritual institutions carried over. And I have to be the mediator, which in the monastery I do not. Because why? There are those disciplinary monks. They don't just come around with big sticks and hit you on the head. They actually sit down and talk. They enforce the discipline. They are charged to do that by the monastic institution. Because disputes does arise. And then even when people want to do certain pujas and certain rituals, we have ritual and puja houses that the Tibetans come and they do it. No explanation is needed. It's been there for 1,000 years. But here we have to explain everything. Everything and in full detail and again and again. And some more when they do their pujas, how much and where. And then it's like almost like a business deal. And I really hate it. I really, really hate it because the pujas are very effective. And done continuously, I do pujas all the time for myself. For certain things for the center, all the time. Many years. And I know it has effect. So to explain the pujas, to tell people about the pujas, is incredible. Because you have to go in detail and detail and detail. And it's almost like a convincing game. It's like a convincing game. To convince. Incredible. And then the Dharma teachings that I've taught to senior students, some forget, some don't practice, some not interested, some don't push themselves to talk, lack of confidence. Some just figures, well, Rinpoche's around, let him talk. For many reasons, good and bad, it's left to me to repeat over and over again the same preliminary and the same practical things over and over and over and over again. Non-stop. Everything. And it's done over and over. Basic things like refuge, taking refuge, becoming a member of the center, guru devotion, karma, cause and effect, pujas, lama tsongkhapa. All these things are very preliminary and so basic and easy. I have to speak again. I have to speak about again and again and again because I stay here. If I did not stay here, like any other center where their lamas don't stay there, the students will learn. Why? It's a matter of their center's survival. Because new people come, there's no Lama to depend on, and the students have to explain. The students come up with the course. The students come up with the curriculum. The students come up with the pujas. The students go to India and learn the pujas and come back and do it. The students talk to the new students. The students actually actively engage and look for students. And they talk to the sponsors. They maintain the sponsors. They give the gifts. They do all of that. Why? Because their Lama comes once a year, once every 2 years, once every 3 years. So they have no choice that either the center closes down or they keep it going for their Lama. It's called devotion to the Dharma. So here, because I stay here all the time, as well as some other Dharma centers where their teachers reside there all the time, sometimes there's that problem. The problem that the teachers are given everything to do, and the students perpetually stay students. And the students perpetually say, I don't know, perpetually say, I can't, I don't understand, perpetually. Perpetually. And those are factors that I explain in relations to myself that create slow growth in the center. Those are factors. And those are factors that affect every single center in the world. Speaking about that and telling you that is not to make you feel sorry for me or to make you feel guilty or bad, is to make you realize, oh, it's like that. You see, some people want to teach Dharma. Some people like to eloquently SMS and teach Dharma and send emails to Dharma, or in a small room with 1 or 2 people they like to teach and share and talk about their spiritual knowledge, but they don't want to take the responsibility behind it. There's a responsibility behind teaching Dharma to others. A, you have to practice. B, you have to hold your vows. C, you have to do your commitments and keep your samaya. You have to do that. And you have to have after-sales service. You need to take care of the people you teach Dharma to. You can't just talk blah, 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 and throw them out or ignore them, or when the question gets difficult, you don't know or you're not available. If you want to teach Dharma, if you want to be a spiritual teacher of any type, if I can, why can't you? Why can't you? But there are responsibilities. And if you want to be a spiritual teacher, not that you want to show off, or maybe that's your calling. Maybe that's your direction. But you have to understand, it doesn't start when you open your mouth and you start talking. It starts right now. How? You have to have the personal characteristics to do that. You have to have perseverance. If you're always fumbling and bumbling and always messing up things and dropping things and destroying things and ruining things all the time, but yet you talk so eloquently on the Dharma, it won't move or change or bring anybody to the Dharma. What else can you do? If you yourself try to accomplish something, small worldly things, and you can't push yourself to accomplish it, and you always make up excuses, you're always lazy, yet you want to teach Dharma, what human qualities do you have that will inspire other people to listen to the Dharma from you? And if you're miserly, if you're selfish, if you're greedy, if you're calculative with money, then teaching Dharma is completely the opposite. Completely the opposite. And doing Dharma work or representing Dharma, you will give a very bad face to the Dharma. And if you love the Dharma, why would you want to do that? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. And if you're angersome, and you can't control your anger. You don't even try to control your anger. And you do everything to cover your anger or express your anger because you simply don't like the way somebody does this or does that. You're not even angry about what's right and wrong. You're more angry about what's been done to you. There are different levels of anger. There are different types of anger. There's even beneficial anger. So when we have that kind of anger, we don't practice patience. How do we represent the Dharma? How? And if we don't have any type of perseverance and anything in the Dharma we always don't know, how can we work in a Dharma institution, collect the merits, or collect the salary from a Dharma institution, and not know our job well, or get irritated, or get angry, or be the cause of other people to get angry at us, and so when they retaliate back, we say we can't take it anymore. But actually we're the cause. We didn't do our job well. We didn't push ourselves well. We didn't go all the way with our job. We didn't go all the way with our job. We didn't push ourselves. We're always saying, I don't know. And when we have free time, instead of studying up, reading up, or watching a video, or trying to learn more things, we're sleeping. We're on the phone with our friends. We're SMSing. And we're in a Dharma institution. So when we have free time, instead of learning more, we don't learn more. We forget what we've learned, and we don't increase. And then when other people get irritated with us in Dharma, then we complain. The worst thing in a Dharma center is to complain about other people or to say, I've had enough, I can't take it, they're like this, they're like that. Why? You're in a Dharma institution. It should inspire you to be more. If you're going to work in a Dharma institution, your attitude has to be double the better than the people walking in the door. It has to be double better. Why does it have to be double better? You're receiving your stipend from the Dharma. That means it's given by people who want solace, kindness, compassion, and to be encouraged that you have become a better person. So if you receive stipend from a Dharma, for all people in all Dharma centers around the world, if you receive a stipend or a monetary help from the Dharma, if you receive help from the Dharma, you have to be better. Why? Let me tell you why. Because the people who donate so that you can work for the Dharma and have purpose in your life expect you, they come with the expectation to become better and to meet better people, so they are inspired to practice also. If you're just as bad as them or you're worse than them, why should they pay your salary? Why? So if you're complaining just like at any other job, oh, I don't like this job, I'm going to move, I'm going to quit, oh, there are people like this, I've had enough, I can't take it anymore. If we always think like that or complain and talk like that in a Dharma institution, we're doing more damage and we're not collecting merit and we're taking from the Sangha. It's like donating to a monk and he doesn't want to meditate, he doesn't want to study, he doesn't want to learn. He's not kind. He's always hanging out watching DVDs at the movies and fixing his hair. And that's all he's interested in. He's not interested in anything else. Why would you want to donate to that? Why would you want to help that kind of monk? Why? So if we would want to help a monk that doesn't practice Dharma, and I'm not in the position to judge, I'm just giving an example. Why would we want to sponsor a lay person who doesn't want to do the Dharma? Why? So people who work in the Dharma outlets, people work in the KH, people work in Dameikang, and people work in KMP, and all the other departments working coming out. And even if you're not on Dharma stipend, we have a special responsibility to people who sponsor us. Special responsibility. And even if you're not on a regular stipend, if you get help from your guru, if you get financial help from your guru, where do you think the money comes from? You think a little cheap SMS to your guru or to the Dharma friends who gave you some help, oh, that's good enough? No. People sponsor and help each other in the Dharma because not that they expect, they're coming to look for something better. They're coming to look for something better. So if you're worse than them, why should they sponsor you? And people like that, who are wrong objects of sponsorship, actually discourage sponsors very much. Why sponsors look and say, why should I sponsor this mess? Why should I sponsor these losers? Why should I sponsor people who are full of anger, who give up easy, who complain, who say nasty things, who fight, who are bitchy? Why should I sponsor all this? Why should I sponsor them to do more negative actions? Why? Why? Why should I sponsor this? Why should I sponsor committees who don't show up for meetings? Why should I sponsor a center that is disorganized? Why do I sponsor lamas and organizations that the lama's always canceling his teachings last minute? Why? Is that why I'm giving my money away? I may have $100 million, and if I want to give you $5 or not, that's up to me. But if I give it, I have some expectation, and you can't take that away from anyone. Whether that expectation is correct or not is a different story. The fact is, Dharma needs donations and sponsors to survive. It needs it. So a person who gives $5, $500,000, or $5 million is saying that they have this expectation when they go to the Dharma center, institution, or any of its affiliates, the people there are a little bit better. I mean, look, if you work in a high-class restaurant like in Shangri-La, and you're a waitress or a maitre d' there, whatever problems you're having at home, you don't bring it to work, dear. You don't run around the restaurant throwing water at the customers. And if they want an extra napkin, say, too bad, because you're in a bad mood, because your husband left you or your wife is seeing another better-looking guy. You have to go to work with smiles, professional, looking good, and your hair in shape, even if your house is fallen down a crevice or a landslide or earthquake, or even if your wife's been kidnapped away. You still have to do it. Why? You still have to survive. So why, in a Dharma situation, do you think that we can act the opposite? In fact, the Dharma is even more important in any job you work in sales and retails or business, and more so if you're in your own business. Some of you might understand, whether you're in a good mood or not, dearie, nobody cares. Just give me my product, I pay you the money, you're happy, I'm happy. Nobody cares if you were up the whole night with a crazy lama for Dharma. That's why you're sleepy at today's meeting. Nobody cares. It's not my problem. Nobody cares. Why? Why should they? So if we go to the Dharma Center and they see Dharma people fighting with each other, say, look, I don't have to sponsor this. I can save the money and go to a movie and watch people fight. At least it's a movie. Why? And then if I hear Dharma people in key positions or any position fighting and always complaining, oh, I'm going to quit, I can't take it, one more, I'm going to scream, blah, 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 all the time making noises like that, are you an object to be sponsored? You should be better. And if you're a committee member of the center, oh my, that means somebody up there trusts you. Either the Lama or the protector trusts you. And if the Lama trusts you, and you keep missing meetings and you don't attend and you pretend you don't know about it, or you have other more important things to do, example, you have a date with your chair and some popcorn and a movie, it's not that the protector or the Lama was wrong. The Lama and the protector knows that about you and is very compassionate and gives you a chance to push yourself. That's what it is. You think just because you're selected, everybody thinks you're perfect, or do you think you're perfect? Far from it, dearie. See, Lamas give initiations to people who are not Buddhas, so you can become a Buddha. Why would Lama give Yamataka to a Yamataka? Think. Why would Yamataka give Yamataka an initiation? Why would a Lama say, hey, Yamataka, come here, let me give you a Vajrayana initiation so you can be a Buddha? But I'm already a Buddha. Are you? Yeah, I'm Yamataka. Oh, sorry. So would you invite Kalachakra here and give him, hey, Your Holiness Dalai Lama, Tamaranchi is going to give you an initiation of Avalokiteshvara so you can develop compassion. Oh, come on. How ridiculous can we be? Call up a Dao, hey, let me tell you how to do your job. Have you ever done anything in government? No, but I know better because I'm smart. Ridiculous. So of course the Lamas pick us to do certain jobs, in certain positions, in certain committees, and put us in certain outlets or do whatever job. Why? Because we cannot do it. Because we are not good in doing it, but it will give us a position and an opportunity to do it, to improve. And that's what Dharma centers are all about. It's an opportunity to improve spiritually and innerly and outwardly. It's an opportunity. Why would I give an initiation of Yamataka to Yamataka? So if you guys are perfect Dharma students, you don't need to be in a Dharma center. You don't need to be. You need to go to Tibet and model to be the new Tsatsa of the year. Very simple. Very simple. So since you are not Buddhas, I am not a Buddha, far from it. Therefore, you're giving positions. Some people are giving positions as Lama's assistants. All over. I was at 17, I was assistant of Khepchen Soramji. I was elected in the center. Let me tell you, a few powerful sponsors in the center were totally against it. They told Geshe-la, no way. He's such a bad representation of Soramji. He's just a kid. Look at the way he looks. Look at his hair, the way he dresses. I look like a freak. I admit it. You've seen my pictures. They said that to represent one of the greatest living Dharmas of Tibet, Dharma teachers of Tibet, that? Certainly we can do better. Yeah. And they said a couple of other nasty things about me too. They did. Mamie told me. When I heard, I was very hurt. I was very hurt. I almost cried, but I contained myself. But when I heard that, I pushed myself much, much more. I pushed myself much, much more when I heard that. I woke up early, and I went to bed late. And I didn't know how to cook. I asked everybody that had time to show me how to cook, and I cooked. And sometimes I burned the food that I offered Swami Rinpoche. And I learned and I couldn't talk to him directly in the beginning, and I got translators to find out what he likes, what's his schedule, what's his food, and I made it, and I offered to him. In those many months, I didn't even get a chance to eat myself. There was no time. I'm not kidding you. I would work part-time in Photomat, and I worked a part-time job because I was serving Swami Rinpoche, and I came back in the afternoon. I was making about $500 US a month to survive. That's it. My rental was 150 or 160, something like that. And a lot of times to get money from the committee or whatever to reimburse and keep receipts and all that was very complicated for me. So I just checked it. A lot of the stuff I bought, whatever I had extra. And I served Rinpoche in the center. And I cooked for Rinpoche, his entourage, and my Geshe-la and their guests. So I made 7 trays of food every single day for 6 months. 7 trays I prepared. Each tray would have food for Rinpoche's German students that were here, 2 German ladies. For Rinpoche's translator, the translator's uncle, 2 monks. I had to make food for Geshe-la himself. I had to make food for some other people. I forgot who it was, but I remember 7 trays every day was laid out in the kitchen, and I made 7 sets of eggs, 7 sets of toast, 7 sets of, some wanted coffee, some didn't want sugar. I had to prepare the sugar, everything for them because they're Rinpoche's entourage, and I need to take care of them. And I'd serve Rinpoche up first. I get way up early in the morning, and I go up and bring breakfast to Rinpoche first. Offer him the breakfast, and I make 3 prostrations immediately. Why did I do that? Because I don't know how long I can be with him. And I didn't want to prostrate to a statue. I wanted to prostrate to a living Buddha. So I made 3 prostrations to him and offer him the breakfast, pour the tea, and I put his diabetic pill inside, the diabetic sugar for Kajasam Rinpoche. And then I took my way, and then I went to my teacher, Geshe-la. I offered him breakfast, and I made sure everything was hot and all right. If sometimes one of the tray was not hot, I would heat it up very quickly. Then I go to the translator. Then I offer to the translator's uncle. Then I offer to Rinpoche's assistant. And then I offer to the 2 German ladies. And then I would do that every day. And then by the time I finish the last person, I'll go back up and wait by Rinpoche while I was eating. And then I would take his tray. If there's something left, I asked his permission, and I would eat his leftover. I wanted his saliva. I wanted something he had bitten every day. So I would eat his leftovers, even the crumbs I would eat. Why? I believe in my Lama. Very much. And his cups and his plates I would wash first and clean it, and I would put it in the highest place in the kitchen. That's what I was taught by Geshe-la. Not mix it with other people's things. And I would not crack it and not damage it. And his spoon and his silverware, sometimes I'd wash twice. And I'd wipe it very carefully, very clean, so that none of his silverware were dirty. None of his silverware was sticky. Why? This is my opportunity to serve my Guru. So I clean, and even his tray, I wipe it clean, everything. And I put it away. No one touches his items. I have a special place, and I put up a sign there just in case anybody makes a mistake. And then I would do that with Geshe-las, take his leftovers. And I would do that with the translators and all their food, everyone's. If there was any leftover, I would take care of it, give it to the dogs outside. And then I would feed the cat to the center. Then if I had time, I would clean up the kitchen, wash, put the trays away, put the dishes away, put everything away. It's like 2 loaves of bread a day. Everything I would put away, and then I'll go and take a shower quickly, and I get dressed and go either walk to work or take a bus to work if I was late. Then I work until about 2 or 3 o'clock, and I switched my job to a location that was very nearby because I didn't have a car. So then I would take a bus back or walk back. If I walk back, it's about 20, 25 minutes. If I take a bus back, it's literally 5 minutes because it's not too far. It's like from here to the center, KH, from here to the center, distance of my work, something like that. But it was a straight line, so I can walk it. And then I come home about 3 o'clock. I would start cooking dinner. Someone would take care of lunch because I had to work. So usually dinner, more than breakfast, dinner, someone would come and help. Not usually, once or twice a week, someone would come and help because people wanted to make dana to Rinpoche and the entourage. So they helped me cook. So usually dinner, I had to learn how to cook at the stove. I had to learn, and I knew only a few dishes, and let me tell you, it was a challenge to cook for 7 people a day. I had to run to the store to do the shopping. Sometimes one of the students would do it for me. I would wash everything, prepare everything, cook everything. Sometimes I burned it. I had to do it over very quickly, very, very fast. It was very scary. I hated cooking, but Geshe-la wanted me to do it. And I would make 7 trays again with the drinks. And Rinpoche likes Tibetan tea, but there's a certain way that he likes it, because I have to make it the way he likes it. The right amount of butter and all that. And then I would serve Khyentse Sorumji, go upstairs often. I make 3 prostrations. And sometimes I would have the luck to sit near him because I was not in such a big rush, and massage his feet. I would do my best to massage his feet every day. I would go in, make 3 prostrations. No one told me I did this. I would go in, I make 3 prostrations, offer Rinpoche the food, and I would kiss his feet, because I read in a tantric manual, Indian base, to show the deepest respect to someone very high is to touch the lowest part of their body. So I would kiss Rinpoche's feet, and Rinpoche, after a while, made it a game. He would do this to me. And then he'd go like that, and then when I tried to grab it, he'd go like that, and he'd laugh. This grandmaster. And then when I grabbed it, I would put it on my head, and I would kiss it. Tibetans don't kiss. I did it because I'm from America. So it was my way to show my reverence to him, because I couldn't talk. I don't speak his language. So I would take his feet, put it on my head, and then I would kiss it, and then I would offer his food, and I'd go off. Every day. Almost every day. And then I would be very aware below his seat if any of his goatee had fell off. If any of his goatee fell off, I would grab it. One single pore is more merit to make offerings to than the whole merit field. One single pore of our Guru's body is more of a merit field to make offerings to than the whole lineage of Buddhas. I read that in Lama Chöpa, and I believed it. So I couldn't get his pore, so I got 1 hair from that pore. What's the difference? So I collected all his hairs, and I would show him. I would do this. He would do like that. I have to get his permission. I can't just go to steal it. So a lot of the hair I collected is in here. A lot. No one taught me. I wanted Dharma. I ran away from home to learn Dharma, to serve a Guru. I ran away from home. I hitchhiked from New Jersey to New York, from New York to California 3 times. The 3rd time I was successful to learn the Dharma. So when I came across such a great master, such a teacher, I am not going to lose my chance. That's what I thought. No way. Then after I served everybody their dinner, I would clean up. Sometimes Rinpoche had food left. Sometimes he didn't. If he didn't have food left, and sometimes I was a little smart, I made more, so I made sure there was leftovers. Sometimes Rinpoche foiled me because he was very hungry, he ate more, so I'd have his leftovers. If I didn't, it's okay. And then after serving Rinpoche dinner, because it took 3 to 4 hours to cook and serve everybody and clean, then would be Dharma teachings. Dharma teachings inevitably start around 7:30. Between 6 to 7:30, depends on weekend or weekday. And Dharma teachings would finish around 12 midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m. every day for 6 months in Los Angeles, Tupten Darjeeling Center. And the place was packed. And so after I served Rinpoche, I would have to clean up the kitchen, and I'd run upstairs and make sure everything in Rinpoche's room was all right. And if Rinpoche has audience or people coming to meet him, I vacuumed his room, and I would make sure everything's clean, everything's in order. I would go downstairs and run to them and say, a few minutes, and I would confer with Rinpoche's assistant. Is it okay? They say okay, then I would assist the person in and make sure. I don't wait for Rinpoche to come out and say, hey, you can come in now. Never. I make sure that, and then when they walk upstairs and they go inside Rinpoche's room, they have audience, I would stay nearby quietly. If I was allowed in because it was not private, I would sit nearby. Why? In case Rinpoche needed anything. How did we speak? He would point out things. I would make sure. I would never let Rinpoche be without anyone. Never. I would be nearby, alert as possible to make sure everything was there for him. And after his interviews, his divinations or whatever, then I would assist him downstairs. Carry incense or whatever, carry his hat, and make sure he sits on the throne. When he sits on the throne, I don't leave him. I help him on the throne. I fix his robe. I make sure everything's straightened. Even before he sits out, I make sure everything's straightened. I want to walk up there. And I was very young that time, and people were amazed that Rinpoche would let me come so close and that I knew so much. Even his main assistant sat by and watched because they knew how much pleasure I derived from this. And then I would sit for Dharma teachings. I had notebooks and notebooks of notes that I wrote down that were very useful now, that I wrote. Geshe-la would be in the front. There would be a translator, and I would write notes. And in between teachings, if Rinpoche needed anything, his thermos would always be filled with whatever he needed. I would make sure of it. And if the teachings were exceptionally long, after they were finished, Rinpoche would go upstairs. I would assist him upstairs. If I had to help the Dharma students explain or talk about some questions or answer something, I would do so. If Geshe-la needed something, I would do so. If not, I would go upstairs and give Rinpoche a massage. Usually, if I can nightly, I'll give Rinpoche a massage. Once in a blue room, Rinpoche has a headache, so I have the honor to touch his head. I'll wash my hands, purify it with incense, and I'll make 3 prostrations, and I'll massage his head. Why? Whether I'm clean or not clean doesn't affect Rinpoche, but it affects me, my awareness. To be conscientious about what I'm doing and what I'm serving and who I'm serving. To be conscientious. Why? I want attainments. So I would massage Rinpoche's head very gently. I make sure my nails are cut. I don't puncture. I'll be very careful and very aware because I'm touching my guru's head. My guru, the one who confers on me Dharma. And then I would massage his back. And usually when he's doing his sadhana, I would have the honor to massage his feet. And I would never want to stop. Never. I massaged until he said to stop. And I wouldn't sit there and just, I would do every part. I would do as best as I can, make sure he's comfortable. And I would observe his face to make sure that I'm not creating pain for him. If I went like that, and sometimes he'd go like that, then I know that's not good. I would observe. Why? It's my guru. It is my guru. That's why I left my home. That's why I left college. Going to school to learn Dharma. This is what I did. You can confer with anybody from Tutin Jajini who was there when I was there. You can ask Mamie if you ever interview her. Am I serious? And in the presence of my Rinpoche, I never slouched. Because that's what it says in the 50 verses of Guru Devotion. And I know why now. It's to create awareness. If I don't slouch in front of anybody, it's good manners, isn't it? In front of my Lama, he's teaching me good manners. So that when I go out into the world, I can be more effective in whatever I want to do with people. I never slouched in front of my teacher. I never farted. I never burped. If I coughed, I covered myself. That's what it says. I didn't scratch myself. I didn't twist my body around. I didn't massage myself. I didn't crack my knuckles, because that's what it says in 50 verses, not to do that in front of our teacher. And the reasons why, because we're going to go to hell if we do that? No. Awareness, manners. Awareness and manners. If we can't do that in front of our Dharma teacher, who can we do that in front? And that's the whole purpose of having a Dharma teacher, is to bring that awareness to the forefront. I will be very aware of that. Very aware. And I will never forget those days. I never look back on those days as work. I have never regretted or felt tired or didn't want to do it. Never. Not even once in my life for the last 20 years. Oh my God, it was so much work. I almost died. I don't even remember being in pain or being sick. I didn't go out to any clubs or meet any of my non-Dharma friends or do anything in that 1 year. And the 1 year just passed like that. And I was in mortal fear that Rinpoche would leave. Mortal fear. And I couldn't think even of the day he was leaving. He taught me the Dharma. His lineage was pure. He conferred on me the highest initiations. He gave my Dharma protective practices. All the paths of Dharma from Lamrim to the highest, he conferred upon me. He scolded me. He shouted at me. He gave me so much love that what I'm doing today is his kindness. It's totally his kindness. He is the only person that I miss every single day. I don't have much attachment to people. The retreats that I'm able to do, the little bit of improvement all stem from him. I will never, ever give up my vows and my commitments and the promises I've made to my root guru. Never. Even at the cost of my life. One big reason that I teach Dharma today is because of Rinpoche and the promise I've made to him. If I break my promise to Rinpoche, then there is no more Buddhas for me. Buddhas don't exist. Why? If I can't commit to the person who has taught me the Dharma and has shown me so much kindness, who can I commit to? A wife? A husband? A friend? A business partner? What's the long-term benefit of that? I'm committed to my Lama. I have an attachment for him because I have not met anyone like that. I'm committed to my Lama because he's given me the highest empowerments, and I know their benefits, and I know how important they are and how rare they are. And it's to get it from such a master. Incredible. I wish so much I can learn more from him and be near him and serve him. I wish so much. I wouldn't mind being his servant for the rest of my life. To travel with him and to be a servant quietly, to sit on the floor and near him so he can teach the Dharma. What's the difference if he teaches or I teach as long as the Dharma is taught? So if I can help someone teach the Dharma, why not? Incredible.